So Borderlands 3 was finally revealed at PAX East, and after some technical difficulties during the live stream, the trailer for the game was finally unveiled to us. So in this video, we are going to be breaking down that trailer. There is a lot of stuff to go throughout the video, so make sure that you guys do stay tuned. And the way I'm going to be breaking this trailer down is I will play a segment of the trailer and then break down that segment, then play another one, break it down, and so on and so forth. So let's jump straight into it with the first part of the trailer. So starting off, we already have a lot to look at. Of course, it begins showing off the mask and then pans upwards to a psycho walking into a Children of the Vault facility. And of course, we know that because of the giant sign at the top that says Children of the Vault. Now, for those of you who don't know, Children of the Vault is a cult mob in this game, kind of replacing bandits from Borderlands 1 and 2. And the Children of the Vault are actually led by the Calypso twins, who are, I guess, kind of like the main bad guys in this game. We actually get to see them more throughout the trailer, and you guys will see them here again in a second. But on the left, we have another sign that says Join Children of the Vault today. We actually see a drawn picture of both of the Calypso twins. And then to the left of that, we have Answer Calypso's Call. If we continue on the trailer though, we actually do get to see both of the Calypso twins. On the right there, we have the female siren, and then to the left, we have the male twin who can actually harness siren powers. Just an interesting fact there. I'm quite intrigued to see how that will play out story-wise in the game. But continuing on here, for the final part of the first segment, we have a scene with Lilith, and you'll notice a lot of returning characters throughout the trailer, some of which I'm very surprised about, and we'll get to those here shortly. So that was the first segment, and now moving in to the second part. Now here is where things start to get really interesting. So in the opening scene of this segment, we actually get to see the 4 new Vault Hunters, or playable characters. Starting from left to right here, all the way to the left, we have the Siren class Amara, who is apparently a melee focused character that has 3 different action skills. That is something to mention as well. Apparently in this game, each character is going to have multiple different action skills, but for Amara, one of them is a phase lock that can apparently hold 3 enemies at once. I do believe we actually get to see snippets of a lot of these different skills in action throughout the trailer, so I'll have those for you on screen as well. One of them is a ground and pound skill, where I believe she kind of flings out her arms and she has like 6 different arms that kind of come out of her. And then she has a supposed self-projection ability that can also fire at enemies. So some pretty interesting abilities there, but moving on again to the next one in line, which is the Hunter class known as Flak, also known as the Beast Master. Now the Beast Master can choose between 3 different pets. One of them I believe is a Skag. Each pet will have their own abilities as well. I do wonder what those other pets will be. But yeah, that is Flak, the Beastmaster. Moving on again, we now have the soldier slash gunner class known as Mose, the bot jock, who is a very tech and robot featured based character which is able to call in what is basically like a titan. She apparently has a very co-op focused skill tree, And another interesting fact as well is that when she calls down that Titan, one of your buddies can actually hop into it as well and kind of fire off on a mounted turret, which is kind of crazy. It would be very interesting to see what kind of skill tree she has and how that plays into effect and how well that actually is in game. And then we move on to the final class. Not too much is known, but this is the assassin class known as Zane, the Operative. Supposedly very similar to Zero from Borderlands 2, and he can throw out a decoy to draw aggro, and you can actually see that decoy as well throughout the trailer. He's apparently a very wealthy character as well and has some of the classier character customizations. Anyway, if we do continue on at this segment, it kind of pans across to a scene which I believe is going to be an arena. It kind of looks that way. And then it moves again into some of the stuff I was showing you while talking about the 4 main characters, showing off their kind of skills, with Zane showing off his self-projection. You get to see the bot jock in there as well, with the Titan off to the right. Amara showing off one of her new action skills as well. And then we move into the final part of this segment, which is Tannis and the 4 Vault Hunters sitting around a vault key. Who knows what that would be used for? We do apparently visit multiple planets in this game, so that is something to bear in mind and I get excited for as well. But now we move on to the next segment. So this next segment starts off pretty fast. We get to see a Psycho, some Children of the Vault, some new weapons and stuff like that. We actually do get to see a glimpse, which we do see again later on in the trailer as well, of a new vehicle, which is like a huge wheel, which is drivable, like a one-wheeler, I guess you could call it. I have no idea. It looks really, really interesting and cool to drive around though. We also see Amara holding a badass looking weapon to say the least. And then we get another scene with Lilith here, and we also get to see Maya as well, another returning character. And then here is what's really interesting to me, right? You get to see a scene with Lilith, but you'll notice that her tattoos are completely gone. Now, I am sure that that is not a mistake. There is something that has to have gone down here. We see the Calypso twins there in the background as well. So maybe they've done something, or maybe the vault key you can see off to the right, maybe that has something to do with it. But I don't know. I mean, that's just something interesting that I noticed. What do you think's gone on here with Lilith and her tattoos being missing, I guess? But anyway, as we continue on, we get to see some new vehicles in action again, the hovercraft there. Again, another look at some of the enemies and weapons. It's kind of like easy stuff to break down, nothing that's worth going crazy deep into. Here's another look at the one-wheeler again, and the bot jock there, and then another look at some of the vehicles in action again. And that is it for this segment. Now moving on to the next one. Just look at some of those scenery shots from this section of the trailer. Absolutely beautiful, especially the one with the huge city in the background. I mean, that just looks insane. And you know, as it continues, we see some more of those scenery shots going on. You have Ellie's scrap location there. We continue on showing off some more of those locations and scenery and stuff. And then it shows off a lot more of the baddies. The Calypso twins pop up again. You see what seems to be an arena-based sort of location again. Then we have this huge looking, I don't even know what to call that. It looks like some kind of a a skag dinosaur type thing. Very weird, sort of breathes fire and stuff. It's official, we have Skagzilla 2.0 in Borderlands 3 just running around chasing everyone down. But continuing on here, again, showing off some more of the enemies here. Big thing kind of jumps down, slams the ground. We actually get to see more of that as well. And then some more enemies as well being shown at the end of this segment. Some crazy stuff. I mean, this trailer so far has blew my mind. I absolutely cannot wait for this game. And let's move on to one of the final segments here. So obviously, starting off the final part here, we have the hilarious sax solo. I mean, what is Borderlands without humor, guys? Come on. We expected a certain level of humor in the trailer, and it definitely delivered. But anyway, after the sax solo, we see Maya again that pops up. We get to see Mordecai Brick and Tiny Tina, who is actually a lot older now, which is crazy. Kind of like watching her grow up, I guess you could say. So be very interesting to see her sort of character plot and how she is now that she's a lot older. Will she have that kind of same personality? I'm assuming so, but very cool stuff there. We also get to see Ellie, of course, as well, who's going to be, you know, coming back to the game. Sir Hammerlock, this is kind of showing off a lot of the different returning characters. Obviously, Claptrap, who seems to be stuck against something. Not entirely sure what that is. And then we have, interestingly enough, Reese from Tales from the Borderlands, who's actually here as the CEO of Atlas, with Zero kind of just chilling there in the background. And then as the trailer continues, we get to see more returning characters like Marcus. We get another look at the Vault Hunters. And then, of course, it's Borderlands, so more than 1 billion guns is going to be in this game. One of the best parts about this game is its loot system, and I cannot wait to start grinding out some of those legendary weapons. And then in the very final scene, we actually see Claptrap kind of doing his own thing, dancing around, dodging bullets and missiles and stuff in good old Claptrap fashion. But yeah, that is it for the trailer of Borderlands 3. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. As you can see on screen, it says see more April the 3rd, 2019. Hopefully we do get a release date on that specific day, or hopefully in any time between then. Of course, right now we don't have a release date. I'm assuming it's going to be released sometime later this year though. And as I've mentioned on the channel loads, this is a game I'm going to be covering extensively on the channel, from rare weapon guides, top 10 legendary weapons, the top list format, plenty of stuff that you can see with general coverage of Borderlands 3. As always, hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you guys are new around, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.
You know, baby, I wish I could make you understand what effect you have.